Natural. In our last video, Miranda brought up something about people making mistakes and Adam and Eve and something like that, and so I'd like her to figure out what she means so she can explain it to me.
Okay. For some people, they have semi-different views of Adam and Eve, but basically, because Eve took and bit the apple.
Well, it doesn't say it was an apple,
Why did
it just says it was a fruit, but I've never seen a Bible that said it was an apple.
Well, then why does everyone say it's an apple?
It's kind of like the way people sing the "We Three Kings of Orient" are in the Christmas story, because
there really were three kings. Though.
It doesn't say in the Bible that there was three kings. It just says there was three gifts, but you don't know how many of the kings or wise men.
There was only three. They followed the star.
Well, I'm not going to debate that, but I've seen what it says anyway. But
where would you see that at?
Well, it would be in Matthew, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I could totally show you that, because it doesn't exactly say that there were exactly three. But there's all these traditions people have, kind of like they have a tradition for how Jesus looks in the movies, for example.
Oh, where did that come from? How would they know where it actually started, how he looked like?
They wouldn't know that. And people always think he's like this white guy with this long brown hair, this beard, and yet we don't know what he looked like. I mean, how do you know he wasn't like a short bald man? Like, how do you know? We don't know. It's like it would be awesome, if we saw Jesus and it was totally unlike anything we.
Well, I think they have early pictures of what he actually looked like, because they drew him. And I went to the museum and I saw the old stuff of that, and it's actually on my Facebook of pictures from old, long time ago.
Yeah, but you know what? But there's even.
I love that museum. I showed my dad. I said, "Dad, look what I found!" Because at the museum, I actually found all this Christian stuff on the wall, and it was really, really old.
Yeah.
And my dad was so happy that I found it when I was in St. Louis, and it was amazing.
Right. I didn't mean to get us off topic.
Yeah.
We were talking about Adam and Eve originally.
Yeah.
But so what's your take on the Adam and Eve story?
I believe that I don't really know exactly why. I don't know how to say it. Why he knew we were gonna fall when she ate the fruit. I think it was because, well, since I already know this, that, the devil was in the garden, and I think I think Eve knew what free will was when she got tempted. But see, I don't really know how, she actually had free will. I think free will came from her because she was the first person to actually eat the fruit. And so, I don't know, it's hard to explain.
Well, my take on it was, these people had been created. They hadn't been around too long, I don't think. And okay, I don't really know who the snake really was, if that was devil or what.
It was.
But here's the deal: all they had heard up to that point is God. So how would they know if someone was lying to them?
Well, because of how he talked to her, he questioned her in a way that questioned her belief, and that's when she really started questioning things, is because he lied to her. And I don't even know why the serpent even was in the garden in the first place.
Yeah, or the tree of the fruit that they weren't supposed to eat.
But I think that things happen for a reason, and I don't believe that my existence is nothing, because I believe that God has a plan for each and every single person, no matter what kind of life they have. And I believe that there is hope for any person, whether they love God or not. There's always going to be something inside of them that knows what they believe. That's just me.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Even if they're not a Christian, I believe that they have that conscience thing between right and wrong. But as far as like people doing things they're not supposed to be doing, I believe that there's gonna be a price for it. I mean, because in the Bible it says like, you know, narrow is the road. I read that scripture about a narrow road and a large road, but narrow is the road to heaven, because most people aren't Christians because it's very hard to follow God and what He says, because they simply can't do it because of the commandments, and they can't really follow the commandments. So sometimes people give up because they just, they give up because it's too hard to follow.
Well, what about those who died and haven't done anything?
Well, what do you mean done anything?
I'm talking about, like, say, when unborn babies die.
Well, I believe that unborn babies go to heaven. But as far as, like, all of them, I don't really know what happens to them, because for all we know, if one of the babies that wasn't born is gonna be growing up to be a horrible, horrible person, like killing people and stuff, like, I don't really know what He does with babies like that, because I as a Christian, I can't answer, things because I'm not God. And so I talked to some of my family about this. I can't answer all the questions because I'm not God. I just have to accept and believe, because there's some things that I just can't know because I just can't know them. And, God said in the Bible, if you can't understand the things of this world, what makes you think that I can understand heavenly things? I remember reading that in the scripture.
Yeah, you know what? I think that if anybody would have the answers, it would have to be God. And so when people try to pretend that they do have the answers, that's what I don't get. You know what I mean? Like, they pretend that they know stuff and that they couldn't really know.
Yeah, I kind of see what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. I better stop this video, because if it gets too long, it won't upload to YouTube. That would be bad, because this is awesome.
I've never been on YouTube actually uploaded videos.
Yeah, this will be great.